The truth is woven in blood and betrayal. It started with laundry. That simple, ordinary thing. I was folding Efosa's clothes when I saw it, pale blue, slightly wrinkled, with a tiny burn mark on the left sleeve. I froze. I knew that shirt. My fingers trembled as I lifted it. My breath caught in my throat. The smell hit me next, familiar, haunting, wood and tobacco. My brother's cologne. Osazuwa. My brother. My only brother. The same shirt he wore the night he vanished without a trace, 7 months ago. I stood there, in our bedroom, surrounded by neatly pressed suits and polished shoes, holding what could only be a ghost. My mouth was dry. My knees wobbled. My heart pounded like a warning drum. My husband's closet. My missing brother's shirt. How? I didn't ask questions. Not yet. I couldn't. Because once you open the door to suspicion, it never closes. I folded the shirt back slowly, like it might explode, and slid it beneath Efosa's pile of sweaters. That night, I stared at him while he slept. His arm flung across my waist like a claim, his breath steady, peaceful, innocent. I stared and thought, did this man, my husband, the father of my child, kill my brother? My name is Ivie Omoruyi, and I want to tell you how love can be a perfect disguise, and how blood always finds its way back home. They said Osazuwa was kidnapped. A random act. Just another Benin boy in the wrong place at the wrong time. But something in me never believed that. Osazuwa was careful. Smart. He was family. He wouldn't disappear without a trace. And now, here was his shirt in my husband's closet. The next morning, I went to my mother's house, pretending I needed a break. But in truth, I was buying time. I hired a private investigator, Odian Okamboa, an ex-police officer with a limp and a nasty sense of humor. I gave him one task: find out everything about Efosa Omoruyi, my husband. It didn't take long. 3 days later, Odian came back with pictures. Money transfers. Old associates from Port Harcourt. A hidden warehouse in Ekpoba Hill. A name I hadn't heard before, Ogbiide. A known fixer. Missing. Just like my brother. But what hit hardest was the video. Hidden camera footage from 3 months ago. Efosa. No sir, my brother's best friend. And that fixer, Ogbiide. They were arguing. Loud. Heated. I watched as Efosa shoved Ogbiide against the wall and screamed something that shattered everything I thought I knew. She can't find out what happened to her brother. I dropped the phone. My hands shook violently. The room spun. I couldn't breathe. I couldn't cry. All I could see was the night of Osazuwa's disappearance, how Efosa held me while I sobbed, whispering, "He'll be fine, baby. We'll find him." Lies. All of it. Lies soaked in blood. I wanted to kill him. I wanted to bury a knife in his chest and scream Osazuwa's name until the whole of Benin heard me. But I couldn't. I had a daughter. And monsters don't die easily. They watch. They wait. They strike. So I made a plan. I returned home like nothing happened. Cooked. Cleaned. Smiled. And every night, I lay beside him while rage burned beneath my skin. I pretended to love him while I plotted his destruction. I dug deeper. I found burner phones, fake bank accounts, encrypted messages. Nosa was involved. So was Agbiide. It wasn't a kidnapping. It was a setup. Osazuwa had discovered something about a fake land deal involving millions. He had planned to expose them. And they had silenced him. Permanently. But the real twist. Osazuwa had recorded his final confrontation. Hidden on a USB drive inside a hollowed-out Bible in his apartment, I found it, a shaky video, Osazuwa holding the camera close, whispering, "If anything happens to me, check Efosa. He's not who you think he is." I collapsed to the floor. My screams were animalistic. Raw. My heart was ripping itself apart. I sent the video to Odian. He took it to a judge. Secretly, we began building the case. The final nail came 2 weeks later. Odian followed Efosa to the warehouse. Hidden beneath concrete and rebar was a shallow grave. They found bones, clothes, a wallet. Osazuwa's DNA confirmed it. Efosa was arrested at 3:47 a.m. The screams he let out were nothing compared to mine. He begged, pleaded, cried. Nosa was picked up the same morning. Both men confessed under pressure. It was brutal. Cowardly. They'd lured Osazuwa to the warehouse, demanded silence. He refused. Agbiide pulled a gun. There was a struggle. A single shot. Silence. They buried him like an animal. Then went home and kissed their wives. At the trial, I stood before them. I looked into Efosa's eyes, those eyes I once called home. "You held me while I cried for him," I said. "You buried my brother, and then married me twice. The first time as a husband. The second time as a murderer." He couldn't meet my gaze. He was sentenced to life. Nosa got 30 years. Agbiide's remains were found in a swamp near Sapil, eliminated by the same men he worked with. Loose ends. Today, I live quietly with my daughter. I changed her name. She'll never know her father. Only the stories I choose to tell her. But I keep the shirt. That pale blue shirt, folded neatly in a glass box, sealed with my brother's cologne. A reminder. That love can lie. That betrayal can sleep beside you. That blood remembers. And that even in the dark corners of silence, truth screams.